Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. The first day of the test match has been filled with twists and turns, but we all know that it belongs to the Indian skipper Rohit Sharma. After a top order collapse, it was Rohit Sharma who stabilized the innings and built a foundation for the rest of the batting lineup to come. While doing so, he also scored his 11th test century. We also had Ravindra Jadeja scoring his century and an unfortunate run out for Sarfaraz Khan. We will be talking all about it, but let me introduce my guests first. Joining me today will be Atra Mukhopadhyay from Rajkot. He will be joining soon. We have Debashish Sen and Shomik Chakrabarti. Uh, Debashish, Rohit Sharma really has a way of pulling out these knocks when the rest of the batting lineup is crumbling, isn't it?
Yeah, what a knock! I mean, it has to be one of the best knocks, a captain's knock, I would say. 33 for three. India means winning the toss, batting fast on that flat wicket means one would expect that India will utilize it, but they were in a spot 33 for three, and from there on that partnership. And I don't know whose idea was it, but it was a masterstroke to send Ravindra Jadeja, and that partnership between Rohit and Jadeja somewhat eased the tension in the dressing room. Means obviously, and then when you see Sarfaraz playing that brilliant knock in his debut match, it's unfortunate the manner in which he got out, run out means. But then hats off to that partnership between Rohit Sharma and Ravindra Jadeja.
Yes, and Atra, we were talking about Rohit Sharma and his brilliant century. What are your thoughts? You saw it live on the field. How was it like?
See, it was a very valuable knock. I mean, not just for Rohit Sharma, but also for the team. I mean, this was like, I mean, two burdens are off his shoulder. I mean, not completely off his shoulder, but at least for the day. That first, obviously, we know that he was short on runs, so he had to get a big one. So nothing is bigger than a century. And of course, and also the team was in deep trouble at that time. I mean, had Rohit had a lucky escape. When the total was below 50, he was around 28, 29. Had that catch been taken by Joe Root, India would have been, you know, spot of bother, more than that. So it was a very valuable knock. We all know that he's a stylish batter. He makes batting look so easy. He did that on that, but there was also a lot of hard work involved in that. That is what I liked. I mean, it was not the typical Rohit. It was not all flair and all grace. There was a lot of grit in that. This is what I like. Ravi.
And a little bit credit to Devashish as well because he was the one who said in the pre-show that Rohit Sharma is due for some big runs. So you made a very good prediction over there. But Shamek, a skipper's knock indeed. What is the most positive highlight that you will be taking away from Rohit Sharma's knock?
The fact that he was ready to fight it out, we usually associate Rohit with silken grace, but it was not like that. He has a slice of luck. That LBW shower when he was given out and got a reprieve on DRS. So basically, and another couple of occasions, but Rohit was ready to grit it out, and he had to grit it out given that the young India fell today up front, but it was the turn of the experienced India to show the way. And through that fantastic partnership between Rohit and Jadeja, they showed that. And Rohit had to, after India lost three quick wickets, Rohit had to lead from the front. Just imagine Rohit getting out in that. I mean, Rohit getting out in the first session of the game. What could have happened? So as we have seen after the initial tolerated it, the pitch became a feather bed, and India would have been under massive pressure. So from that point of view, it was, as everyone has said, it was a captain's knock leading from the front. But I think he would be disappointed with the manner of his dismissal. A trap was set, and he fell into that trap. He is a compulsive hooker, all right, but he fell into that trap because it was a daddy 100 written all over his innings. But I think he himself will be a bit upset with the way he got out.
And Shubayan, an incredible knock from Rohit. This is precisely what you wanted to see from him, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you could sense it from the start as well. What we talked about in the Vizag test is that he was very defensive. He was a tad too much defensive. But today, he played his strokes. Whenever the ball was there to be hit, he hit those strokes. Of course, he rode his luck and he utilized all his luck today and scored a century. And as Shomik said, a daddy hundred was written all over his century, but unfortunately he fell into that trap. And mind you, I have not seen Rohit Sharma leaving those shorter deliveries. But today he was with the deep fine leg, deep square leg sweeper standing at the boundary. He knew that he can't be hooking every deliveries, and he exactly did that. He played according to the situation. He knew that the situation wasn't that good for the Indian team after they lost Yashasvi, Rohit, and Rajat Patidar pretty Yashasvi, Shubman, and Rajat Patidar pretty early, but hats off to the way he played and a good top knock by Rohit Sharma.
And Atreo, another player who stood at the crease was Ravindra Jadeja. And his incredible century, of course. How good has Jadeja been throughout the series? Let's forget the run out for now, because we'll discuss that later. But Atreo, on Jadeja.
See, Jadeja has been a very dependable batter for India in India and abroad for the last 3 4 years. I mean, we see a distinct change in his batting. Earlier, he was a number seven, number eight batter who could hit the ball very well, would give you 40 to 60 runs and then get out. But his batting has improved leaps and bounds over the years. He can bat almost like a specialist batter. Not almost like a specialist batter. He can bat like a specialist batter. And the difference between promoting Akshar Patel and promoting Jadeja is that Akshar Patel thinks like a bowler. If he When he reaches 30 or 40 runs, he thinks his job is done. Jadeja doesn't throw his wicket away after that. Today we saw the way he changed, altered the tempo of his game according to the situation. When he was batting with batting with Rohit Sharma, both of them were, playing their shots. Jadeja played some aerial shots, got a couple of sixes. But after Rohit got out, Jadeja changed his game completely. He could sense in him that he's determined to stay till the end of the day. That is the difference between the Jadeja of now and Jadeja of 3 4 years back. So that's a huge plus for India. I mean, somebody who's such a prolific wicket taker, if he can bat like a batter and bail the team out of a tight situation, which is not the first time he has done it. He has done it earlier also. So that's a huge plus for India, and yet another testament of Jadeja's improved batting skills. Not just batting skills, batting temperament also. Raghu.
And Ravindra Jadeja, just to give a quick stat here, Ravindra Jadeja has the most number of 50 plus scores for India in Test cricket since 2018. He has 950 plus scores. Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, and Cheteshwar Pujara have 750 plus scores. Ravindra Jadeja averages more than 40 in home tests, so he's one of the most improved batters in recent times, not only for India but across the entire Test cricket playing nations.
Definitely. And Devashish, do you, your initial thoughts on Jadeja as well, but do you still believe that there's still a pattern here that the top of the batting lineup is still crumbling throughout the series?
Uh, yeah, one would argue, but I still feel that because after that initial hiccup, the Indian team they did put up a partnership, and that is what is heartening. And more than 200 partnership. What more do you want? Means obviously, I think this is the best partnership in the series so far. So I mean, that in itself speaks volumes about the price both Rohit and Jadeja put on their wicket, and they were willing to grind it. They were, as Athro said, means to talk about Rohit, the short selection means obviously he refrained from playing those square cuts and the pull shots, which is his strength, But initially he chose not to play those shots and dig in deep. And same applies to Jadeja, the way he paced his innings. And after Rohit got out, he was willing to stay in the middle. And also that is the best part. And it is something refreshing to see someone like a Sarfaraz Khan scoring a runner ball, almost a runner ball, and that too in his first debut Test match. And that speaks volumes. I mean, obviously, and what a moment it would have been, had he
Yeah.
gone to the pavilion not out. Means that is unfortunate. That is the best part of cricket. Means obviously, means cricket will not give you everything. Means obviously, and for us that will make him more hunger to score the next time he goes into the middle. He will be more hungry to get that milestone of a century, and that will be a perfect thing to have happened for Sarfaraz.
And Shomik, Sarfaraz Khan waited so long for this opportunity, and now that he got it, he grabbed it with both hands. But that unfortunate run out as well, was that needed from Jadeja?
I mean, waiting is nothing new for Sarfraz. Throughout his career, he has been waiting and waiting. And today also, he was supposed to bat at number five. Then there was a change in plan, a tactical master stroke, bringing Jadeja at number five. So he had to wait for 3 4 hours to get out there in the middle. But what an innings he played. I mean, even taking into account Rohit's century and Jadeja's century, I think the innings of the day came from young Sarfraz. That is, and yes, I think Jadeja also must be feeling bad because he became a tad greedy for his century. That call was completely unnecessary and it was not a one off. I mean, this has been happening for the last 3 4 deliveries also. Maybe Indian team missed a trick by not sending someone out there in the middle with a pair of gloves, with a quiet to have a quiet word with Jadeja. But it was very unfortunate, and Sarfraz looked crestfallen. Rohit was livid in the dressing room. He was absolutely livid. Uh, Without Sarfraz getting out, the score would have been completely different when the stumps were drawn. So that dismissal allowed England to get back into the contest. But then that's cricket. I think Jadeja will have to pull up something big to offset this. Hopefully, he will be able to. But the fact is that Jadeja himself must be feeling bad tonight.
And Atreo, final thoughts from you on Sarfaraz Khan, the way that he's batted today. What do you take out of that? What do you take out of that innings?
I don't have adjectives to add here. What I thought of his batting was, see, when he came out to bat, situation was not that difficult. The bowlers were tired. It was quite warm, and as the day went on, the temperature rose. It was quite warm. So bowlers were tired. Ball was soft, and if you notice, the faster bowlers were not bowling at that time when he came out to bat. So he just started attacking the spinners, and that's what I liked about him. I mean, that he is very there is clarity of thought that there is no half measures about him. I mean, if he's going to hit the ball, he's going to hit the ball. If it's in his range, he will back himself to pull it off. So that's what it did, and not only the fours. I mean, he took some singles early on in the innings, especially in this initial part. Those were unsettling for the bowlers because if a left-right combination rotates a strike, then it becomes difficult for the fielding side. He did exactly that, other than hitting those fours. And this clarity of thought is what I found most impressive because we see people hesitate, and especially somebody making debut after such a long time, after such a long wait. Uh, One would have forgiven him had he been circumspect and not played his natural game. But he appeared fearless and he appeared very confident in his ability. That happens when you have a number of runs under your belt in whatever level you play. And what I have heard of him so far, that he's a killer of spinners in domestic cricket, and that's what he showed today. I mean, he was the spinners were not in the match, not in the picture when he was batting. So that was the clarity of thought, the confidence, the positivity, and the willingness to rotate strike. Those things I found quite remarkable, Jaggi.
And Sarfaraz has become the fastest Indian half centurion on his debut, breaking, I guess, Hardik Pandya's record. So 48 ball half century, a good start. And as Atrio said, killer of spinners, he exactly did that.
Well, that's a
He
perfect
forced,
note
he
to
forced,
end this show.
he forced,
Yeah.
he forced Ben Stokes to bring back the Pacers when he had just given them a rest. Remember that? I mean, the Pacers
Absolutely, absolutely.
and Anderson had pulled a few overs. They were given some rest, and he forced Ben Stokes to bring them back before the new ball was taken.
And we have been talking about it, Atrio. We have been talking about the quality of English spinners versus some of the spinners that these players play in Ranji Trophy. I think I'm pretty sure if I say that there are better Ranji Trophy spinners than Tom Hartley or Rihan Ahmed in domestic cricket. Plus the kind of pitches they get in India. So Sarfaraz has done the hard job there, and we can see that the way he was tonking the English spinners, it showed that I have played better bowlers than you guys. I know how to dominate you guys. So a good start to his Test career.
And it was so heartening to see it was so heartening to see an Indian batsman dominating spin, picking the length early. It was fantastic. I mean, it felt like he could have played those spinners blindfold. So, I mean, such was his command.
Well, we now.
I'm talking about the run out. Obviously, Rohit Sharma will be the first one to take him for dinner tonight. Means obviously, I personally know the Rohit, the captain. He comes across as an elder brother, so he will be the first one to take Sarfaraz. Obviously, he was livid. He was livid to see Sarfaraz, the manner in which
Devashish,
he got out.
is the bill will
But
the bill go to Ravindra Jadeja? Will the bill go to Ravindra Jadeja?
No. Ravindra Jadeja will also be taking Sarfaraz in his
Yeah.
arms. Obviously, there is a good bit of camaraderie in this team. In this team, means you followed
Hmm.
Indian cricket, this current team a lot. I also have covered this current team a lot. I could see the camaraderie within this bunch of boys. Means obviously Rohit Sharma, he might have expressed his hot temper during that moment, but he will be the first one to take Sarfaraz Khan for dinner tonight. Means and obviously and we have seen him the way he spent time in the middle in Hyderabad in Vizag. I was not present in Rajkot, but I guess that he definitely and it is heartening to see the seniors in the team and
Hmm.
obviously rallying behind the youngster. Obviously, he was making, and that was emotional moment at the start of the match with his father crying. Father in tears, his wife was also there. So I think he's only going to learn. Means obviously this run out is going to make him more determined next time when he walks into the middle to score 100.
Well, it was an incredible show by Sarfaraz Khan, an incredible debut as well. And we also had two incredible, again, centuries from Ravindra Jadeja and Rohit Sharma. Not a better way to end day one of the test match. But for now, we'll leave you with an exclusive interview of Rohit Sharma that Boria Mujumdar did a while back. And he's talking about his red ball approach. Take a look.
Me about red ball cricketer Rohit Sharma, because clearly something has changed in India's red ball cricket at the top. And look at the England series; it's been you.
No, I mean obviously I love the game. As a cricketer, you always challenge yourself during adversity, and I think that was for me very challenging to go there and do this hard quarantine and then get back onto the field within 3 or 4 days time. I had no proper training session in terms of skills. I was training whatever time that I had in NCA, and then while quarantine in my room, that was my routine. But I just didn't want to miss the opportunity, and I felt that we have a great chance of winning Australia at that stage, and I just wanted to make sure that how we can strengthen our team by having the right players, having your best players playing. So I just wanted to be there and see if I can play any role, any part in the success of that team. I think a lot of credit has to go to the preparation that we had. We had 15-20 days nearly to prepare after the World Test Championship for this series. And after traveling to England so many times, we do understand what to expect from their team, from the conditions, and just a general atmosphere in the ground, what to expect. We know everything about it, and I know what's going to come at me when I'm facing the first ball of the test match. I know what's going to come at me. So just training in that fashion, training my mind firstly that this is James Anderson is the guy going to hold the new ball and he's going to just try and swing the ball away from me, an odd ball which will come into my pads. So how do I prepare for that? Luckily, we've got a throwdown guy who is pretty similar, does chuck the ball from the slingers that we have now these days. His name is Daya. He played a big part, to be honest, in getting my preparation right. Along with, obviously, Vikram, Raghu, and those guys as well. You know, all the throwdown guys, they're just simply brilliant. They're so accurate in executing what's going to come from the team. Raghu is someone who bowls back of the length, tries to nip the ball around. Daya is someone who just swings the ball up front. Vikram, steady, keeps it there. And then we've got a left armer as well, Nuwan from Sri Lanka. So all these guys are specifically trained and they exactly know what to do. So these guys are the ones actually I want to give a lot of credit to for whatever I did in England. It was brilliant, like the way they prepared. I can only talk about me. I'm sure the other guys like KL, he got a brilliant 100 in Lords. I'm sure he'll say the same thing. But for me personally, that was a game changer. And the 15-20 days that I got to prepare in that fashion, keep defending, leave the ball. I changed certain aspect of my stance as well about how I want to, get ready before the ball is delivered and all that. Keeping the hands close to the body. And while doing that, my wrist was hurting so much because I was never used to doing something like that. And to suddenly change and do something, obviously, your muscles are not used to that. It's going to hurt, but I was prepared for it. This was nothing compared to, if I know that I'm going to get some sort of success or confidence doing that, I don't mind a little bit of pain here and there. So that actually was the key. I think when you go to places like Australia, South Africa, England, New Zealand, and all these places, you have to prep. You have to prepare and you need proper time for that. That is the key, I think.